Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play No Man's Sky Permadeath Edition. I'm your host, Colors Fit. It's episode 78 and we are going to go hop some black holes and make a little bit of progress toward the center of the galaxy. And maybe a lot of progress. Let's find out. Galactic core. Okay, if I go in this direction, look, wow, we can really go a ways now. There's a black hole over here that is out of jump range. We can't quite get to that one. Okay. Black hole. There's a black. There's got to be one closer than that we can actually get to. Right there. So this is all we do. This is why I want to use an Explorer with a max amount of hyperdrive stuff on it. We're going to keep looking for a third S-Class upgrade to it. Because right now it has two S-Classes and an A-Class hyperdrive. And then we're also going to see what breaks. And we'll see how far we travel. It's interesting because when it starts to say things like it travels 1.5 million light years, that's because it's actually traveling all the way across the galaxy to the other side. And you're just thinking, oh man, I just wanted you to go straight for the center. Corvax, 2 planets. Before we do that, before we go into the black hole, let's go look. Bountiful planet. I'm really only interested in the space station. This thing maneuvers a little different. I don't think I've ever actually, in any of my games, owned an Explorer before, and it wasn't until there was a recent thread on Steam toward the end of July, early August, where people were talking about the different ships. Somebody was looking for a max slot fighter, I think. Anyways, the discussion diverged into several different points, and that's when I learned from a user that Explorers have the greatest hyperdrive range, supposedly. So then I was like, oh, well, next time I hop black holes, I want to make sure I have. So there's a C-class. There's this right there. Excellent. And I want to go check out. I want to make notes of any space stations that have any of the materials we're going to need when things go bad. So this has platinum and uranium and magnetized ferrite. Okay. I don't know if I need any of those. I might need magnetized ferrite. I don't want to put this component in until we go through this black hole because it might break that A-class one, and if it does, that's fine. And that's when we'll repair it. Where is the black hole? There it is. Here's that. There we go, buddy. I'm coming for you, black hole. And what I may have to do is go get a bunch of the activated indium we have on our freighter and convert it to chromatic metal, because that's why I set up those automated mining units several episodes ago. Was because I knew we would need chromatic metal in the future. So that's a funky ship. I like it. I like that Explorer. It's kind of cool. I wish it was a different color, but I'll take what I can get. Orange and blue is not too bad. It is the Denver Broncos colors, which is kind of ugly, but whatever. I have a really good friend who's a Broncos fan. Actually, a couple of them. Alright, how far did we go? Tell me. 1,000,000 light years. So we went across the galaxy. Is that the only thing we lost? Is that one S-Class? That's amazing. Alright, so we have to fix that, and that's going to take chromatic metal, magnetized ferrite, and a technology module. That's right, we need the technology modules. Okay. So this is going to go away. And I'm going to put this in here. Alright. Magnetized ferrite. Well, I've had a pretty good chunk of that. Buy items. What do we got here? Tritium. Oh, I know I want to buy that because of fuel for the not just the pulse engine, but for my frigates. And since it's so cheap, 7,000 for that. And then technology modules. Yeah, these are the things that add up really quick. I'm gonna buy $1,000,000 worth of those. Okay. So that system we were just in, which was Rushakt. I'm gonna make some notes here. Let's see, Rushakt. Had mag ferrite. Because I'm gonna want to go back and just buy those. Alright, on to the next black hole, my friend. And now we are 696 million light years. 696,000 light years. And there's a black hole here. What's the farthest one we can get to? Warp. We can barely make that one. That's awesome. That's what it's like. That's what when you got an explorer that can warp over 1,000 light years. That's pretty sweet. Okay, let's just do this. Black hole discovered. How far did we come? Oh, we haven't gone through the black hole yet. What did it say? We're at 1150 for hyperdrive range. How awesome is that? It'd be pretty fun to do a time-lapse video if you had all the materials you need and you didn't have to stop anywhere, and just do a time-lapse video of one black hole repair, another black hole repair. It'd be pretty funky. Let's see how far we got. Let's see if we're going to need any materials. 632,000, and here we go. Here's the things. Now a whole bunch of stuff got damaged. It's like, oh. Oh, and here's some chromatic metal right there. This is the thing. Yeah, so here's the deal. If you can get a black hole close by, You could just leave those other drives alone. You don't even need to fix them. That's what I remember now. I'm not sure I was using anything more than my base one, but the problem is getting close to a black hole. Dihydrogen jelly, pure ferrite, copper. Alright, so all of that emerald and stuff like that. So now we're at 1121. So these ones being broken is no big deal. Look, we're still at 1121 instead of 1150. These are the things you got to keep repairing. Okay. Well, hot dog. All those drives do then is allow you access to certain systems. So there's a black hole back there. Let's see. Can we get to that one over here? Out of jump range. We can back up and get to this guy here. 893 away. So what are the components that I need? I need technology modules, chromatic metal, and something else. And I need more chromatic metal anyways to make hyperdrive fuel, So that's interesting. Hey, it's Polo. We haven't done Polo's quest yet. I'm not sure I'm going to get to that one. Polo, my friend. 406,000 light years. Yeah, it wounded the cadmium drive even more. What is the thing I need to fix? Magnetized ferrite and chromatic metal. Okay, so now I'm at the point where I need chromatic metal. Okay. What's the name of this system here? Maybe we'll get lucky. Chromatic metal, magnetized ferrite. How much of that do I have? I know I got a bunch in storage. And I wanted to look on the ship again. My starship now without those 3 drives is still 1077. So it's the upgrade modules that give you all the distance, which is awesome. The other drives just give you access to the planets. Now I'm understanding this a little better. Ferrite dust, silver, tritium, a whole bunch of it. Okay. He's a big bad blue boy. B30. I'm gonna do this then. Thank you, my friend. We're gonna go get the things we need. Chromatic metal is #1 on the list. I don't know that I have any more on this in storage, but I know where we can get some. That's the thing, is why I should have been paying attention to all the space stations earlier and jotting them down, because sometimes you can find it on a space station and it'll have 4,000 units worth, and that's when you just want to go back and gobble it up. Okay. I want, yeah, magnetized. Take the magnetized ferrite off of there then. Atlas Pass 2? How does that happen? So they got some weird thing going on here. Okay, chromatic metal. These are cyclotron modules. I'm just looking because I don't know where I might have stored any extras if I did. of chromatic metal, and I don't think I did, but ionized cobalt. So where is... There's my indium, and then we need to go get the activated indium, don't we? And there's also some emeralds. So that's the situation, and right here on the freighter it is activated emerald. I want that. Activated copper. I want that. Those are going to convert really nicely. Okay. Alright. I want you to give me indium. Well, actually, hold on. Not the indium. The activated copper. What do we get from that? 2.5 months. Alright. Atlas Pass has never searched these before? Antimatter. Hot diggity dog. That's kind of crazy. Korvac season. Alright. Is there another mission I can send people on? Because I got one group that's still out, and that was like, last time I checked it was like 15 hours, so they're not. What are my potential expeditions? This is a balanced expedition. Well, let's send some people on it, shall we? I'll give you my best combat, my best support, and balanced. So I want an exploration one, an industrial one, and what else do I want? Exploration again. Let's use that. 650 tons? Oh, really? Oh, because it has so far to go. And I thought I made more. I've got this. 50 tons times 7 is not enough. It's about 350. Okay. You need 46 dihydrogen to craft more, and you don't have any more. Alright, well, that'd be a long mission. Alright, let's see how much chromatic metal we got out of this. It's converting at, what, a rate of about 1 to 1 maybe? Activated copper to chromatic metal. Alright, you can go in my exosuit. You can have something else. Indium or activated emerald. Let's find out how you work with that. Alright. While you're doing that, we're going to take off and head through the next black hole, hopefully. Alright. And away we go. I will just keep summoning you, my excellent freighter. Be ready. Denver Bronco fans gotta love that ship. Now, people are really speculating about what's going to be in Beyond, and I'm not one for speculation. It kind of drives me nuts. But one of the things people did speculate about that I thought was kind of interesting was the idea that you'll be able to potentially change your the colors on your own ships, and I was like, really? Okay. Actually, does it matter which black hole I take? Do I have to go so far for them? I don't think so, because that's the thing. When I first started doing this, the first time I did a permadeath run, and I started doing all the black holes to get to the middle, because I had never done that on normal mode. I had done the Artemis quest on the very first time I played the game, and that prevented me from doing it this way and seeing the whole race to the center with the black holes. And I kept thinking that the black holes were going to take me a little further, so I wanted to get the furthest one away I could with my warp drive, but it's actually not. Since they all take you to random places, and they all only move you about 10,000 light years closer to the center, even if they move you 1,000,000 light years across the galaxy, you still only end up a little bit closer. So it really doesn't matter probably which black hole you take. You probably don't need to. I'm wasting time by trying to fly a long way through hyperspace. There's no point. But it'll be interesting to see after the end of about 30 minutes or 35 or 40 minutes of this episode. It'll be interesting to see how far we get. Black hole warp successful. Traveled 1,332 light years away, so that was spectacular. And it only banged up one piece of hardware for us. So we'll fix that. And I want to go see. I'm just looking at any of these systems and trying to see. Do you have a big fat stack of chromatic metal? Because if you do, you're going to be my friend. Paraffinium. Right. Yeah, dude, you look real cool, but I'm not here to wave at you. I got business to attend to. Next black hole. Just go. Just grab the nearest one and go. It looks like Legos. That circle right there in front of my face. This big orb, this big pontoon. Doesn't it look like Legos fitted together? Looks like Legos to me. Neat Lego pieces. The cannons appear to be mounted on top? That's interesting. I need to fire them to see. I haven't even shot the photon cannons on this thing. They come out the bottom though. That's interesting. Black hole discovered. Get ready to go through and beyond. Anybody ever watch Disney's Black Hole from like 1979 or something like that? I love that movie. I love Maximilian, the robot. I like the other two robots too. Old Bill, I think is the old guy's name. That cast was really, really cool. It was just a really neat movie. I mean, for late 1970s, early 1980s science fiction, it was pretty neat. It wasn't Star Wars, but it was pretty awesome. Rainbow Bright. 572,000 light years. Who knows which direction we went in. Well, that's one of the other things that they said, that Murray, I think it's Murray, who said in the videos that we're getting a new galactic map, and we're getting a new quest screen in Beyond, so I'm really anxious to see what the improvements in the galactic map look like, because that is definitely something that I have felt like could use a big upgrade. Gold. Okay, I'm gonna grab a few more technology modules. Travelers, travelers everywhere. Nothing get broke? Oh, something did get broke. Okay. Alright. Where are we going, folks? Black hole. There's one over here. There's a bunch of them. They're all over the place. Just go to any of them. So all I'm doing is black hole hopping, so I'll try to give you guys some additional commentary here to liven things up, because just going from one black hole to the other is not terribly interesting. It'll also be informative for me to see how far I can get here in a half an hour. Because where are we right now? We're at 669. So that's awesome. So it looks like, given the rate of speed that we're going, I'm gonna have to say, well, for sure you could clear 100,000 light years in an hour, which means that it'd be about 6 or 7 hours to the center. Now, I don't know if that's actually what's gonna happen. It really is a matter of how much chromatic metal can I get, because if I don't have to be delayed for that, and I can just buy upgrade modules along the way, technology modules, I mean, this could go pretty quick. Not having to stop at a space station every single time and look to see if there's chromatic metal would be really, really great. So the first time that I can find a big chunk of it, first time I can find a big... Oh, it said what it was and I missed it. It doesn't really matter. Again, it's only taken us about 10,000 each hop, so... Unknown planet. Undiscovered. It says down there in the left-hand window. I'm just going to keep checking these because we're going to get lucky sometime and we're going to run into a crap ton of chromatic metal. I guess I should be checking the other ships that are coming in too, because that's another way to buy some of it. Rusted metal, pugnium. So let's check a couple of these guys as they come in. Because if somebody has some sold... Oh, that's the other thing. I need ferrite dust so that I can make antimatter housing. Ferrite dust, he's got a bunch. Okay. I don't need a whole ton of it to make antimatter housing, but I'm going to buy like 500 of it. And that should set me up for a long time. If any of this is a neat looking explorer, I like that. I like the color scheme anyway. Do you have any chromatic metal there, Holler dude? Nope. Okay. Well, that's alright, people. $663. I wonder what those cannons on top are for. Because they clearly were not shooting. They were coming out the sides below my cockpit there. Something that I am very excited about in Beyond, and we'll all know it by the time you guys are watching this video, is it looked like there were new ship designs. A few different kinds of new fuselage and stuff like that, and I was pretty darn excited about all that. Korvax prospecting opulent. Ooh. Also noticed that this episode, when I was starting to buy materials for this little journey, I had 50 million in my account. We went from 7 million to 50 million really fast with this fully upgraded exosuit and the S-Class max slot hauler. You can see how having the tools to do trade can bump you up really fast. It wouldn't take but another half an hour of trading probably to get enough money to get like an A or S-Class max slot freighter, which would be kind of incredible. Alright, what do you got? 704,000 light years. 2 of these things were damaged, and we can't repair all of them. We can't repair any of them because we're out of chromatic metal for repairing. That's it, we're done. So we're just gonna have to go with these guys until we can find some chromatic metal. Hey, there we go. There's 1,500 right there. We'll take it all. We'll take it all off your hands for $500,000. Alright. Excellent. How awesome is that? That was fortuitous timing. Alright. A little more space hopping. Wait, which way is the galactic core? Black hole. This is all I really want to do before Beyond drops, is get to the next galaxy. Get to the center. And then after that, I'll decide what to do. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm pretty happy with this Explorer because it's aesthetically pleasing to look at as it's warping through these black holes. So I'm not disappointed in that. I guess if I just wanted to get 3 S-Class hyperdrive modules put on my exotic, it would do the same thing. I don't know, that would be interesting. That would be an interesting thing to test. To see what its because it said plus 50% to hyperdrive on my exotic. I might have to start doing that. We warped 1.2 million light years. Actually, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to look and try to find and buy 3 more S-Class hyperdrive upgrades. So that's what I'm going to try to find as I'm stopping at all these stations. I'm going to see if I can get some more. Okay. Because if I can, I want to plug them into my exotic and see if it gets even better gas mileage. Hello, traveler. Magferrite. That guy's pretty spiffy. Hey, that looks familiar. Except it's got the different center fuselage on it than ours. It's got the one that sits high in the air. That's cool. Well. Oh, that was one of those big ballers right there. Black hole, how far away are you? Because if my exotic could get 1,000 light years for hyperdrive with 3 S-Class modules installed, I'd rather use it, just because it's even more aesthetically pleasing. That thing is gorgeous. Look at this system all glowing orange. Every now and then you gotta take a screenshot of stuff like this. It's kind of crazy. It would be really nice if they had some random black holes that jumped you instead of 10,000 toward the center, like 100,000 directly toward the center. You know. That would be really cool. Of course, then people would write the coordinates down and everybody try to use them, but it is a long slog to try to get to the center where this was. That's why I thought the portal system was going to be so cool, but it turns out portals are just dead ends. So portal interference prevents you from. $610,000 light years. Oh, it nailed all of them. That's funny. It's like, hey, we know that you just bought chromatic metal recently. You bought a whole bunch of it. So we're going to make sure that all your components pay. That's kind of funny. Hyperdrive module B. You really can't have enough chromatic metal when you're doing this. One of the things I know from doing this the first time on my other Permadeath playthrough is that before I make the last jump, I want to go I want to go use my hauler and load up on everything at my base. Deconstruct that sucker and take everything with me. Man, I was like, oh god, why didn't I grab that base and all of its materials? but you definitely want to go to your storage facility, I think. And I don't know. That's actually, I'm really curious about that now. Does my freighter? My freighter can come with me, I think. So does the fact that it's got the storage facilities on it make sure that all those components are still in there? Now I'm puzzled. I can't remember. I'm a little bit fuzzy about that. But still, there's a lot of glass on that base. At my main base, it would be a good idea to go back and just grab all that, and go grab all the indium and emerald and everything else from all of my automated mining unit bases. The way I did this on my first Permadeath playthrough, when I wasn't YouTubing it and I actually succeeded in getting to the center and getting the achievement, was I took black holes to the center and reached the 2nd galaxy, and then I did the Artemis quest and hopped to the 9th galaxy, which is the nice one that has all of the really great planets that are lush and stuff and don't have hostile sentinels. 594,000. And we're waiting to see what kind of damage she did. One piece. Doesn't this ship just look like a bug? Looks like a giant flying bug. 37 plus 37% for the hyperdrive is what's making me so curious about this. About the exotic, because the exotic was S-class and it said plus 50%, and I want to know if that means, oh, and there's one right there. If that means it definitely has a bigger range than this Explorer, or if the Explorer has a built-in advantage. Hey! Oh. Didn't go check for chromatic. Watch, the one place that I don't check, that'll be where it is, and I'll have missed it. Those Gek there cracked me up with those helmets. They look like Devo. Magnetized ferret. We've seen a lot of that. Hey Devo, how you doing? Captain Leela. That's these guys over here. Devo. Whip it. Whip it good. Next one is the galactic core is in that direction. Oh, I'm 40 minutes into this video, so I need to check and see how far we've come. I would really like to get to under 600,000 light years in this episode, but I'm not sure that's going to happen because this is a lot of jumps you got to make. So how far are we right now? We're at 636. Okay. Well, it would go a lot faster if I wasn't stopping to check all the space stations, and that's just a product of not having everything I need, or as much of it as I want. $1,116,000 light years. Wow, it went a long way that time. One of the things I'm curious about is in some of those systems you go to that aren't colonized by these creatures, there are space stations that are kind of like abandoned, and they're all red and they look kind of gnarly. And it makes me wonder if anything's ever going to happen with those someday. If there's ever going to be a quest involved with those, or some way to bring civilization back to those systems. Obviously, there was civilization at some point in time because there were space stations, and then they failed. You know, they're all derelict and scary looking and stuff. Silver dioxide, ionized cobalt. None of that helps me. You're a big ugly yellow thing, aren't you? A48-8, 112 million credits. And I would have bought that too. Even though it is ugly. I'm glad I got the hauler I got. Let's see. About a black hole. These are really far away. Oh, you can get there though. I can get there. Alright, this next stop into the space station is going to be the end of this episode. Unless there is an S-class hyperdrive module. That would give me 3, in which case I'll summon my freighter and we'll install those on our exotic, and then we'll see what its total light year distance is. $478,000 light years for this warp. Oh, it nailed all these. Okay. Let's see about this. Do you have a hyperdrive module? Pulse S-Class, that's the only S-Class thing you have. Okay. How much chromatic metal do I have? Well, I still got a pretty good chunk down there, don't I? Okay. Well, I'm gonna look on this one. And then I'm gonna end this episode because I didn't get the S-Class thing that I wanted. Hello, big, strange looking creature. And I should probably buy some more technology modules because we're burning through those pretty quick. Alright folks, I'm going to end the episode here. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already done so, please do so. If you leave a question or comment down below, I'll do my best to answer. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for following along.